Okay, the recording is also gone. Everything is gone. Ah, please give your roll numbers again. Okay, so we are talking about plasma, right? Eh, okay, we are talking about plasma. That is the liquid part of the blood. So there is albumin. That is a protein in the plasma, and that protein helps in the water balance. When the water content is less in your body, what happens? Uh, you become dehydrated. You become dehydrated, and when the water content is high in your body, then you bulge out. People bulges out. Okay, people bulges
Hello.
out. Yes, you want to say something? Okay, please mute yourself, Farista.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so that is about the proteins. That is fibrinogen, globulins, and albumin. Three proteins present in plasma. Fibrinogen, they are required for blood clotting. Globulins for self-defense mechanism, and albumins for osmotic balance. That is water balance. Okay, and next is the about serum. What is serum? Serum, it is nothing but if you remove the fibrinogen from the plasma, if you remove fibrinogen from the plasma, then it is known as serum. Okay, that is the clotting factor. Okay, so plasma without the clotting factor, it is known as serum. Okay, so the things you need to remember about plasma is that it is straw colored and it contains like 90 to 92% water. Then three proteins are there: fibrinogen, globulins, and albumin, and the function of each protein. Okay, next we'll start from formed elements. Actually, this is where we had to start because this one was discussed last class. Okay, so formed elements are the blood cells. Okay, there are three types of blood cells. I guess all of you know it. That is red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. So red blood cells are also known as erythrocytes. White blood cells are also known as leukocytes, and platelets, they are also known as thrombocytes. Okay, three types of blood cells are there. We will look at each of the blood cells in detail. And these blood cells, they constitute around 45% of the blood. Out of the 100% of the blood, like 55 is the plasma and 45 is the blood cells. Okay. It's not moving to the next slide. What is happening? Just wait. Okay. About the I will not enlarge the screen. Okay. Is it okay if I don't make the screen big?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Something is troubling. I don't know what is troubling. Okay. So first is erythrocytes. This picture is not loading. Anyways, first is erythrocytes. That is the red blood cells. So the red blood cells, they are the most abundant of all the cells. Most abundant means what? What is the meaning of most abundant? Most abundant means out of all the three cells, that is uh, red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Out of all the three cells, the red blood cells are the highest in number. Okay, the red blood cells are the highest in number. It is the most abundant out of all the three cells. First is that you need to remember. Second, about where the origin of this uh, red blood cells. Origin means where you can say like where it is born. Okay, so that is the origin. That is from the bone marrow. Do you know bone marrow? What is the bone marrow? If you are a non-veg and you have eaten like chicken and all, inside the bones there will be a reddish brown thing, right? Reddish brown like thick uh, something. So that is known as bone marrow. Okay, that is bone marrow, and these red blood cells, they are formed from that bone marrow. They are formed from that bone marrow, and like the point of origin of that of red blood cells are from bone marrow. They comes from the bone marrow. Okay, these red blood cells, and you can see the structure of the or the shape of the red blood cells. Have you learned those concave and convex lens, concave or concave mirror in chemistry? Not in physics, sorry, not in chemistry. In physics, you have learned about the concave lens and concave mirror, right? So, why is concave? This it is you can see this cell, right? It is little bit protruded inside, right? This curve, there is a curve. So this curve is known as concave. Okay, in all the cells you can see there is a curve. It is inwardly curved, right? So this is known as concave. Okay, so that is known as concave. And the shape of the what to say? The shape of the red blood cells, it is biconcave. Why biconcave? You can see here written like biconcave here. So why it is biconcave? It is biconcave because on both the sides it is concave. Okay, from in this side also it will be concave, in the other side also it will be concave. It is like a flat, flat something. Okay, and like curved in this middle portion, curved. So that's why this. What is the shape? If it is asked, what is the shape of the red blood cells? It is concave. It is biconcave. Okay, biconcave in shape. Why biconcave? Because it is concave on both the sides. Okay, that is about the shape. And origin is discussed. That is red blood cell. That is bone marrow. Okay, red bone marrow. You can omit this red. It is just if you write bone marrow, it will be okay. So the red blood cells are originated from the bone marrow, and it is the largest in number. Okay, most abundant out of all the blood cells. And the second is that it is biconcave in shape. It is biconcave in shape. And one more thing, while we discussed about the what to say anaerobic respiration, I guess. Yes, when we discussed the anaerobic respiration, we discussed that uh, the red blood cells, they don't have any what mitochondria. Red blood cells, they don't have any mitochondria. That is why they go for anaerobic respirations, right? The red blood cells, they don't have any mitochondria. But in the case of red blood cells, not only mitochondria is absent. Okay, there is no nucleus as well. In the red blood cells, there is no nucleus and no mitochondria. So next point will be the red blood cells do not have any nucleus or and they do not have any mitochondria. Here it is given devoid of means they lack means they do not have any nucleus. Devoid of means red blood cells are devoid of nucleus means they do not have any nucleus. Okay, and now comes about the color. So why is the color of human blood it is red? Why is the color of human blood red? So it is because of the presence of hemoglobin.
Because global
Hemoglobin, presence of
Yes,
hemoglobin.
it is because of the presence of hemoglobin. So what happens? This hemoglobin is uh, okay. So now why hemoglobin is red? Okay, hemoglobin is present in the red blood cells. That is why it is red. Okay, fine. Now what gives the red color to that hemoglobin molecule? It is the iron. Okay, it is
Iron.
iron. Yes, iron. So why? So I'll just give you an example. Have you all of not have you all of you have ate a banana flower? Most of you have eaten a banana flower that is Coldil in Assamese. So while cutting that banana flower, you tend to like stain all around your hand, right? It becomes dirty. Those like dark blackish brown stains all around means gets in your hands while you cut that banana flower. Why is it so? It is because of the presence of the iron. Okay, that is why the banana eating that banana flower it is very healthy. Okay, and some also they eat like those banana plants. No, the plants fasola or something it is said. So that plants is also eaten. So all those no, they have like plenty of iron. That is why they stain your hands while cutting it. Okay, that is why they stain your hands, and because of the presence of iron, iron is there. And now what we can confer from that is that iron it stains, iron it has a color. Okay, when even like those tubal waters full of iron, they tend to stain all your teeth and fingers and nails and everything, right? So this iron it has a what to say, the darkish brownish reddish color, brownish red color. Okay, this iron, and that is the reason why this color of hemoglobin is also red, because the presence of iron. That is the reason why when you smell the blood, when you like when you have a cut and when you smell the blood it smells like iron, like tubal water, the iron water and rusted iron. It's blood it smells like that because this hemoglobin is made up of iron. Okay, and that is the reason why it is red in color. Okay, the things that you need to remember about red blood cells is that first, it is the most abundant out of all the cells. First thing. Second is that it is formed from the bone marrow. That is, it is originated from the bone marrow. Then it does not have any nucleus, neither it has any mitochondria. Then the shape of the red blood cell is biconcave and it is red in color. Why it is red in color? Because of the presence of hemoglobin. Okay, and what is hemoglobin made up of? It is made up of iron. Okay, four heme molecules and iron. Yes. So this is about red blood cells. Okay, this is the first type of cell.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
টিউবৱেলৰ পানীটো খালে আইৰণ থকা পানীটো খালে ক্ষতি হয় কিয় মেম এইটো আইৰণ খালে?
ইমান তুমি সেইবুলি আৰু বাহিৰৰ পৰা এতিয়া লোহা এটা খাই দিলে কেনেকুৱা হ'ব? খাব নোৱাৰা বাৰু। আইৰণ থকা বস্তু বেছি যোনটো এমাউণ্টৰ তোমাৰ বডিত লাগে সেইটো অলৰেডি আছে। তুমি বাহিৰৰ পৰা সেই টিউবৱেলৰ পানীটো খালে কি হ'ব? তুমি you can take all those what to say? Even it is the same iron, okay? That iron, normal iron, and the iron that is present is the same component. But the thing is that you cannot take the rods and everything, you cannot eat them up, right?
Yes.
The iron that is present in those vegetables, like those banana flower, those banana plants, those are different. And the ones that's present in our body, those are different. Okay, in their like they are present in a different form. You cannot take those things that is table water. Drinking so much of like iron water is harmful for health. And same way you cannot, even if like now you cannot eat those iron rods and everything because it is so hard. Even it is like a biscuit, you cannot eat it because that is harmful. That is a different form. Okay. For example, calcium is required in a body, right? Calcium to body lage, calcium lage for your bones. সেইবুলি তুমি হেৰি খাই দিবা নেকি? চূণ তুণ লৈ খাই দিবা নেকি? নোখোৱা নহয় তেনেকে. That is the reason. You will not take that like in your environment whatever is present, those what to say, potassium, calcium, iron, everything is required in your body. It does not mean you will take from the environment whatever is present and you will eat it. Okay, that is not healthy. That is harmful. But it is required in some sufficient amount and some sufficient form, some what to say, some distinct form. So it is not advisable to take from the outside. Okay, next is white blood cells, that is leukocytes. White blood cells are also known as leukocytes. Okay. So from the name only you will get the idea that this white blood cells, it is not red, right? It is white. White, or you can say colorless. Okay, it is colorless. It has no color. So the white blood cells, they don't have any color. Why they don't have any color? Because they do not have any hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is the purpose that the red blood cells are red, right? But in white blood cells there is no hemoglobin, and that is why it is not red, and it is white, or it is colorless. Okay, and the next, here you can see these are the white blood cells. Okay, these are the type of white blood cells. So this is the nucleus, or this is the nucleus, this is the nucleus. So for white blood cells they have a nucleus. Okay, for red blood cells nucleus was absent, but for white blood cells there is a nucleus. Okay, and the what to say, the number of white blood cell, it is less than that of red blood cells. Red blood cells is the most abundant. Abundant means it is highest in number, but the white blood cells, it is a little bit less. Okay, and for the red blood cells there were no types. There is only one type of red blood cells, only one type, that is the type we saw. Okay, but for white blood cells there are different types. Okay, main categories is white blood cells are distinguished into two categories, that is granulocytes and agranulocytes. Okay, now what is granulocytes and what is agranulocytes? What is granulocytes and what is agranulocytes? Okay, it depends upon the presence or absence of granules. Okay, it depends upon the presence or absence of granules. Granules, what are granules? Granules are small, what to say, small fragments, okay, or small particles, you can say. So granules are small particles that is present in the cytoplasm. Okay, that is present in the cytoplasm. So this what to say, these granules, if they are present, they are known as granulocytes, and when these granules are absent, they are known as agranulocytes. Okay, if these granules are present, it is known as granulocytes, and if these granules are absent, it is known as agranulocytes. Okay, just give me a second, sir. Still, people are trying to join. Okay, So granulocytes are where the granules are present. If the granules, that is the small particles, small particles. Here you can see in the eosinophil, these small dot things you can see, right? Here also you can see those dot stuff. Here also you can see those dot stuff. If the if these are the granules, okay. If these granules are present, those are known as granulocytes, and if these granules are absent, those are known as agranulocytes. Okay, same like aerobic, anaerobic. If oxygen is required, then it is aerobic. If oxygen is not required, then it is anaerobic. So same way, if granules are present, it is granulocytes, and if it is not present, it is agranulocytes. Now, these granulocytes are also divided into three types. Okay, based on the structure of the nucleus, shape of the nucleus. Okay, the granulocytes, it is divided into three types. Shape of the cell and the nucleus, it is divided into three types. That is, one is neutrophil. That is, you can see here granules are there. One is neutrophil, second is eosinophil, and third is basophil. Okay, neutrophil, basophil, and eosinophil. But here you can see the structure of the nucleus or the shape of the nucleus, it is different for all these three, right? For neutrophil, either the blood, what to say, the nucleus, it is three lobed or it is five lobed. You can see here five lobed. It is not five nucleus, okay, single nucleus, but it is like this. Lobes are there in the nucleus. So here there are five, sometimes there are three. So neutrophil, the nucleus is either three lobed or five lobed. But for the basophil, it is C-shaped. It is somewhat C-shaped. And in the case of eosinophil, it is like small, means in between, like there is a thin portion, okay, like cut portion in the nucleus. It is not completely separated, but it is joined through like some very small structure is there. So the nucleus structure is like this. So according to the structure of the nucleus and the shape of the cell, so the granulocytes are further divided into three types, that is neutrophil, basophil, and eosinophil. Next is agranulocytes. Here you can see agranulocytes means no granules. So for monocyte and lymphocyte, you can see no granules are there. Okay, so these are the two types of agranulocytes, that is monocyte and lymphocyte. For lymphocyte, the nucleus is large, and for monocyte, it is bean shaped. Okay, for monocyte, the nucleus is bean shaped. So these are the five types of white blood cells. Red blood cells only one type, but white blood cells are of five types. Okay, mainly they are divided into granulocytes and agranulocytes. Under granulocytes, it is neutrophil, basophil, and eosinophil. All these have granules in the cytoplasm, but the agranulocytes, they do not have any granules, and they are divided into monocyte and lymphocytes. Okay. So this is about white blood cells. So these are a little bit less found than the red blood cells. White blood cells are a little bit less. Red blood cells are the most abundant. Okay. I'm finding problem to even shift to the next slide. Why is it happening? Probably my laptop is under update. That is the reason why. Okay, let's do one thing. I'll end it here, okay? Because so much trouble, and also I think the time will be up. This will end abruptly. So if you have not given your attendance yet, don't give 2-3 times. Just if you have not given it yet, you can give it now. And why people they skip classes so much? Don't attend class like 56 out of 2 sections. That is why I combined, okay? Because 2 sections only 56 students are there. Okay, thank you. You can leave.
ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. If you have any doubts, you can ask me the next class. Okay, next class you can ask for doubts.